Good morning again. This is Donna Berry, and thank you for joining us for the Builder's Risk webinar. Today, we are going to talk about the Northeast Underwriting Guidelines. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping items. The phones are muted at this time. If you need any help at all, there is a chat and question box on the right-hand side of your screen, so please feel free to utilize that box. We will be asking those questions or answering those questions throughout the session today. So let's go ahead and get started. A quick overview of the program. We do have an online portal. This offers a very ease of doing business. You can quote, bind, and issue online. Our portal is 15% less clicks than competitors. We took a look at the leading carriers out there and wanted to make our process as easy and quick as possible. So I think if you walk through or go through the portal, you will see that we only ask the most pertinent questions for that type of risk. Underwriting holds are cleared very quickly. Our normal standard turnaround time is 24 hours. You will hear from someone sooner than that. So if something goes on hold, you will get a quick response, and you can always reach out to me to check the status of that. Our Builder's Risk program is a standard Builder's Risk program. So we are admitted, except for the state of New York. Right now we are working on our state filing, so unfortunately we do not have the program available in New York, but everywhere else in the Northeast, this is a standard Builder's Risk market. The program is open for new construction and remodeling projects, including residential and commercial structures. So pretty much any builder's risk that you see going on in your area, we would love to take a look at it. We are very proud of our coverage form. We have 16 automatic additional coverages. And if you have not seen our highlight sheet for our coverage form, we will send one out to you after this presentation. But we have very good sublimits. For example, we automatically include soft cost at $100,000 at no additional premium. We have property in transit at $100,000 and property at temporary storage at $100,000. So those are just 3 of the 16 that I like to highlight. You do have a dedicated Builder's Risk team. I will be your Builder's Risk point of contact, so I will make sure that you each have my contact information so that you can reach out to me at any time. Would love to talk to you about Builder's Risk. Specifically for the Northeast area, we are seeing a lot of remodeling projects, and we want to be your go-to market for remodeling. We have coverage available for existing structure, so we can do the renovation plus existing structure or just the renovation only. We have extremely competitive rates for the renovation value and existing structure, so would like to get a chance to at least run through a test quote with you so that you can compare our rates with the other markets that you're currently using. We can take a look at all types of remodeling. This can include from no structural to major structural work. So we can do quick flips of a house or a townhome, or we can do a major project that a building is going through. We offer flexible terms. So for those shorter term projects, we have 3 months. For those larger projects, we can go all the way up to 36 months. I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about remodeling submissions. The best place to start the submission is through our online portal. So if you do not have access to our portal, please reach out to me and I can get that access to you very quickly. We want all of our submissions to start there. That way we have all the basic information, or really all the information that we need to make sure that we understand the risk, and we will be able to offer a quote or at least have a conversation with you about the specific submission. So you want to start remodeling in the portal. And as you start the process in the portal, it will ask you some questions that you will only see when it's a remodeling project. So if it's new construction, you see different questions. If it's remodeling, we ask a few additional questions because we have to ask questions about the existing structure if it's being covered. If the existing structure is not being covered, those questions will not be required. All remodeling submissions require a detailed scope of work. We need to understand and feel very comfortable with what is going on with this project. The very last step in the portal has an open field box, and we ask that you enter in the detailed scope of work there. Usually I can take a look at what's been entered throughout the entire submission and the detailed scope of work. I'm able to release the quote based on the information provided. So remodeling I can do very quickly if I have the scope of work and it's very clear on what's taking place on that project. So be as detailed as possible through the portal process, and it just makes the underwriting very quick, and I can get an answer to you very quickly. So you want to make sure that you document exactly what's going on for the renovation. We do view the renovations as minor structural, no structural, to major structural. So for the no structural or the minor structural work, as we discussed, we do need that scope of work. Throughout the submission process, we're going to collect the construction type, the occupancy, protection, and location. With this information, a quote can be provided as long as everything makes sense and we feel comfortable with the scope of work. So we do not ask for any additional information for the minor to no structural work. For the major structural projects, we do require a structural engineering report. So this is something from the structural engineer, either on their letterhead or an email from them that states that they have inspected the existing structure and they advise any findings that they have discovered during that inspection. This is required when it is major structural. So for example, we consider major structural when they are adding a story to the existing structure, if they are lifting the structure, if they are adding elevators, or any addition, removing, or repairing of load-bearing features of the structure. So we only require the structural engineering report when it's major structural work. But we want to take a look at these. We have extremely competitive rates. We have seen a lot of interesting submissions in the last few weeks, and we'd love to be a player with you on any remodeling projects for residential or commercial that you are coming across. So what I wanted to do is just walk through a few recent success stories that we have worked on and share with you the different types of projects that we are coming across in your area. So the first one is a renovation project of a church. So this is an MNC structure. The tenant is the church offices and meeting rooms. The value of the renovation was $6.3 million. So the submission was entered online with a detailed scope of work. The existing structure was issued on stated value. That is an option with our program. And we were able to customize the terms for 9 months. Our normal is 12 months coverage, but we can customize it, as I mentioned before, as low as 3 months. And then we do have some flexible extension options as well. So this is a really good example of something that was high valued, was a unique structure. They have definitely some unique architectural features of this building. It was entered online. The scope of work was provided. So we were able to review this risk and get that quote out very quickly with the customized terms of 9 months. The next example is a restaurant build out of an existing building or unit, a condo unit within a building. We are seeing a lot of this right now, and these are very simple to enter through the portal and get a quote out to you very quickly. So anytime you see that it is simply a build out of an existing structure for a specific tenant, usually we are only covering the renovation value at that time. So this example was a build out of an existing structure. It's joisted masonry. This specific one was a restaurant, value of $1.3 million, renovations only. So the specifics on this one, we were able to customize the terms to 6 months. We were able to offer a quick underwriting turnaround due to the scope of work included in the submission. We feel very comfortable with tenant build-outs. We just need to understand who the tenant is and what is included in the specific renovations for this client. So other projects that we're seeing similar to this are fitness centers, indoor trampoline parks, donut shops, and medical offices. Those are things that are coming across on a regular basis, and we are able to offer very competitive terms and pricing on these types of projects. Switching gears a little bit, I did want to talk about new construction because we also want to help you with your new construction that you may come across. So I wanted to just share a few examples of some unique or different types of new projects that we've been able to recently have some success with the agent on. This example is new construction for student housing. The value is $3.8 million. We were able to offer flood and earthquake. And with this being new construction, we were able to offer a 16-month term. Regarding the specific terms that you need, that is a simple update or included in the comments when you enter in the submission, and we will get the terms updated. We can offer a variety of terms on the quote, so if you'd like to see what a 3, 6, and 9-month quote would be, or a 6 and 12-month quote, just let us know and we can send those terms out to you. The next one is a commercial builder who has multiple projects ongoing. So this is a reporting form project. So this is new construction of various commercial structures. The tenants vary from different commercial tenants. The values are from $500,000 to $1.2 million. They see different types of construction. So we were able to customize the coverage term for this reporting form. We customized the pricing, and it was a quick turnaround due to the submissions are very similar. So due to this being on a reporting form, we were able to process this for you, get the endorsements done for the new starts, and make sure that everything is reported correctly. Another recent account that we came across was new construction for a medical office. This was Joyce & Masonry of a walk-in emergency clinic, value of $2 million. On this one, we did not have to increase any of our automatic coverages. So the 16 automatic built-in coverages met the need for this specific customer. So they were satisfied with the $100,000 soft cost, the $50,000 of expediting expenses. Everything that we offered that was automatically included in our rate met their need. This was another one that was entered through the portal, and with the value being $2 million, this actually went through the system without any underwriting interaction. So once they submitted the quote letter was followed by email to the user of the portal. So this one did not go on hold. Depending on the county, values up to $3 million will go through the system without underwriting interaction. If it's in a coastal county, a value up to $1.5 million new construction will flow through the system. We also work with custom home builders. This may not be a high need for your specific area, but I did want to mention that we can work with new custom home builders. Once again, this is a reporting form that we work with this client directly with. So this is frame construction, values up to $1 million. They have multiple starts, so we were able to get this on a reporting form with customized terms. Right now we see a lot of hotel projects going up. So this was new construction, Joyce & Masonry Hotel for $6.5 million. On this one, there were some specific requests to increase the property in transit, property and temporary storage, and the soft cost. So we are able to increase the 16 automatic coverages. We also offer flood and earthquake. So on this one, we were able to map the specific location, see what flood zone it was in, and able to offer a quote at that time. So keep us in mind for some optional coverages. You know, I've mentioned flood and earthquake, but we also offer business income and permission to occupy. So we do have several optional endorsements available depending on the specific needs. Another type of project that is coming up on a frequent basis is hospice care centers. This one was $6 million frame. We were able to increase the automatic additional coverages and offer this on a 14-month term. So what we just walked through were just some recent examples of some accounts that we were able to issue with customized terms, customized pricing, and customized coverages. So please keep us in mind for any specific account that you have that may have some specific needs, or maybe it's a little unique, maybe it's a very short-term project. We really want to work with you on those, and I think you would be surprised by how competitive our existing structure rates are. So if you have one right now, feel free to give me a call after this session and I can give you a quote over the phone. With remodeling, it really comes down to the scope of work. So I do need to understand what is going on to see what specific documents we require. But as we discussed earlier, there's only a few that fall into the major structural changes that do require some additional documentation. All other remodeling, we are able to get out very quickly as long as we understand the scope of work. So in summary, just want to talk about our portal for those of you that may not have had a chance to go on. You can quote new residential commercial construction and renovation projects online. So we do encourage you to start all submissions in the portal and make sure to hit the submit application button on the final step. That will start the underwriting review. If you have something right now, maybe it's an application that you've already sent to another carrier or screen prints of another system that you've already entered the submission in, I can work off of those as well. So we do encourage you to start through the portal because it is the quickest way to get a quote. I am available though for those projects that maybe you just want to see what our price is. So you just want to send it over, let me take a look at it, and then I can give you a quote indication. So if you don't want to start it through the portal, please give me a call and we can walk through it together. As I've mentioned before, we have 15 fewer underwriting questions. So we really took a look at what we were asking to make sure that it makes sense for the specific type of project that is being submitted. Our 16 built-in core coverages. We have no underwriting holds for new construction up to $3 million. So that is a wide range of projects for new construction that will flow through the system. There are a few coastal counties up in the Northeast that the value is $1.5 million, but it's very limited. But even up to $1.5 million, that's a, I'm sure that you are seeing those submissions and we'd love to work with you on those. You do have billing options of direct bill or broker bill. And then our website is available here for you to take a look at the portal after this session. So right now we're going to go ahead and open up the line for any questions. And also here is my contact information, so please feel free to take down my information. And then Jeff Benson is the Senior Underwriting Manager. He is also available to help with any builder's risk that you come across. So we'll go ahead and open up the line for any questions that have come through the chat box.
Okay, hey Donna. All right, so we have one that just came in. It says, what is your recent claims experience?
We work with Navigator's Claims Department. It is with the carrier, so the carrier has their in-house claims department. My experience with them has been very positive. They are very quick to respond. If you have had a different interaction with them, or if you need assistance getting in contact with them, please let me know. But they are a very solid company to work with, and I hope that you have a good experience with them if you do happen to have a claim. But if you're having any issues getting in touch with them or getting a response, please let me know, and I can get you pointed in the right direction or have someone call you back quickly.
Regarding claims, I think it was more along the lines of what types of claims has the program had in the past year?
Oh, I'm sorry, what type of claims? We have not had many, and I do not have that information on hand. Our Builders Risk program, we are just coming up a little over a year with Navigators, where we are offering commercial and remodeling. So it's been a very positive start to the program. So I don't have any real specific claim examples. That's a really good point. I should be prepared to discuss that. But if you have something specific that you want to talk about, feel free to give me a call, and I'll be glad to discuss that further with you.
Okay. Are you making any progress in taking New York live? I know that might be a touchy subject.
Yes, no, and I'm really glad that came up. Yes, so we are in active conversations with the state of New York, and we are in the final stages. We were asked to revise our rates for the state, so they will be extremely competitive. So we have been in a lot of discussions with them. We are in the final stages, so we do hope that it is available soon. And as soon as it's available, you will hear from us. So please keep us in mind. It does not hurt to give me a call to check in on it. I know that's an extra step for you to take, but we do hope that it's very soon. But I do not have a date at this time.
Okay. Are the policies agent billed or broker billed, or direct billed? And do you mail them out, or are they sent to the agent to distribute?
You can do it either way, either agent billed or direct bill. And if direct bill is selected, we will mail the invoice directly to the insured. So we will not contact the agent for direct bill accounts initially. So we will send the invoice directly to the customer.
Are policies sent via mail or email?
They are sent through email, so we send the policy directly to you to present to the client.
Does the agent need to collect the down payment?
We do not require a down payment, so if we do it on direct bill, we will send the invoice out, and payment in full is due 10 days from the effective date. And if it's agent bill, we will send you the agency statement to collect the payment at that time. So we do not require a down payment.
Okay. Do you consider historical property renovations?
We do. That's a really good question. We do have an appetite for historical structures. It will come down to the values and the scope of work for the project and also the timeline. So we do have some additional questions when it comes to historical, but we can take a look at them. So if you have one right now, we'd love to work with you on it.
What is the turnaround time for a hold?
Our standard is 24 hours. As soon as you hit the submit button, you will be notified that it has been assigned to the underwriter, and you will have my contact information at that time, so you can call me if it is a rush. I am also notified when you select the submit application button, so we start working on it immediately. So we take a look at the scope of work that's included if it's remodeling, and most of the time we have enough information from the submission online to release the quote without any interaction. So we would call you if it was a unique project and we just weren't comfortable with the scope of work. We just may have a few additional questions. But you will hear from us and receive the quote within 24 hours.
Okay. Can you extend a policy, or do you have to renew?
We extend policies, and we are extremely flexible with that. So we can do it on a monthly basis, a 6-month basis, or even up to a 12-month basis. All right, are you there?
Yes, I don't know what that was.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know if I had lost everybody.
No. Let's see, one final question. How large of a project can be placed in the portal?
That's a good question. We want all projects to go through the portal. So we can take a look. Our program appetite right now is up to $8 million frame per amount subject for that project. So if it's multiple buildings, we can take a look at it. If it's one building frame over 8 million, at this time that is ineligible for our program. So 8 million frame, enter into the portal. We can take a look up to 25 million, all other construction types. So we encourage everything to go through the portal. If you have a question, give me a call, but the quickest way to get a response is through the portal. You may enter that through the portal and it could flow through the system. So you could get that quote instantly rather than waiting on an email back from me to manually quote it. But we encourage all submissions to be entered through the portal, no matter the value.
Okay, there are no other questions at this time.
Well, great. Well, I really do appreciate everyone taking the time this morning to walk through, to talk about Northeast specifically. We are seeing a lot of really good remodeling accounts. Keep us in mind for the very small, minor remodeling projects, all the way up to the major remodeling projects. We can take a look at any builder's risk. Also keep us in mind for those new construction projects. We would love to work with you on those. As we walk through this presentation, I hope that you saw we have a lot of flexibility. We are extremely excited to be in your area, and we do hope to work with you. So my contact information is posted here. Please let me know if you need anything at all, and I hope you all have a great day. Thank you.